Hello, class. As we have agreed, I will be giving you this video as a form of review for the upcoming periodic test. And this is due to the cancellation of classes when we are supposed to have this unit test. Okay, so let's have number one. Which measure of central tendency is best to find the most frequent value in data set? So this is your keyword here, the most frequent value. That only means the mode. Okay? Kasi may kanya-kanya silang pagiging average, di ba? Mean is what we normally mean by average. It is the sum of all terms divided by the number of terms. Median, on the other hand, is the middlemost element. Mode is the most frequent appearing element in a set, and range is the highest minus the lowest value in the set. Okay, so pag nabasa niyo most frequent value, that's the mode. Okay, number two, for the following data set, find the mean, median, and mode of 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5. Okay, so for the mean, we have to add. So 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 3 is 8, plus 4 is 12, plus 3 is 15, plus 5 is 20. So if we have 20 divided by the number of elements, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So 20 divided by 6 is not going to give us an integer, so let's try to divide and expect a decimal. 20 divided by 6 is 3. 3 times 6 is 18. Okay, 20 minus 18 is 2. So if we add a decimal and bring down 0, we will just keep on getting 3. So this will just be 3.33333, which is a non-terminating repeating decimal. So the closest one is what we have in letter A. But we're not sure yet if that's the answer because we are being asked for the median and mode as well. So for the median, again, that's the middlemost. So you have to arrange this either in increasing or decreasing order. So let's just arrange it in increasing order. So 2 is the smallest, and then followed by 3, another 3, and another 3, and then a 4, and a 5. So when we say middlemost, that's the n plus 1 over 2 terms. So since we have um, 6 plus 1 is 7, 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. So meaning um, between 3 and 4. So this is the third and the fourth. So what we do there is we add those two, but since they are the same, it's obvious that you will get 3 anyway. But just for the sake of exemplifying, 3 plus 3 divided by 2 is 6 divided by 2, which is also 3. So our median is 3. So it checks out with letter A as well. Okay, so letter A is obviously the answer, but just for the sake of completing the question, we are also being asked for the mode. So the mode is the most frequent, as we said in number 1. So the most frequently appearing element in the set is 3. So yes, the mode is 3. So now we have confirmed that the answer is letter A. By the way, pardon my writing since I'm writing using a mouse. Um, so it's really hard to write legibly. Number 3. What is the median of the following set of numbers? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's since it's already arranged in decreasing order, there's no need to rearrange it. We just have to look for the middlemost. So the middlemost is 3. So if it's this short, you don't need to actually use the n plus 1 over 2 formula. But just in case you want to, so there are 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So the third element is what we're looking for. So 1, 2, 3. This is the third element. Okay, let's have number 4. If the median score on a test is 85, what does this tell you about the data? Okay, so it says median. median is the middlemost, meaning half of the scores are 85 or higher and half are 85 or lower. We don't actually know how far are they from 85 or how close they are from 85 on the lower or the higher part. We just know that half got 85 or higher and half got 85 or lower because what we're talking about is the median. Okay, let's have number 5. What do you call an expression with one term? Again, we just have to look at the prefixes here. So when we say mono, that means one, bi means two, tri means three, multi is what we use for four terms or more. But of course, there are specifics as well on that one, but we don't actually use that very often. So we just call them multinomials. Okay, so or just polynomials in general. So when we say one term, the answer is what I already mentioned earlier, monomial. Number 6. Which of the following pairs of monomials can be combined by adding or subtracting them? Again, this is about combining like terms. We can only combine terms which have the same variable at the same time, the same exponent on those variables. So 2 and 5x cannot be because one's a constant, one is with x. B 3x squared and 3x cubed, same variable but different exponents, so we cannot do that as well. 4x and 4y, different variables, we cannot do that with them. And letter D, 7ab and 10ab, yes, this is indeed the answer because they are like terms. It doesn't matter how many letters there are, so long as they are the same letters with the same exponents, then they are like terms. Let's have number 7. Simplify the expression 9a plus 4b minus 2a. As I mentioned earlier, we can only combine like terms. So we can only combine 9a and negative 2a. And 9a plus negative 2a is 7a. So we will have 7a plus 4b, which is letter A. Okay, so pardon if I'm doing it fast. Since this is going to be a video anyway, you can repeat it as many times as you like and even control the speed. So it's up to you. Number 8. What do you do to the exponents when dividing two monomials with the same base? Okay, so when we divide monomials with the same base, we just copy the base and then we subtract the exponents. Diba, kabaligtaran siya ng multiplication. Sa multiplication, ina-add natin yung exponents pag nagmo-multiply. Pag nag-divide naman, we subtract the exponents. Next, number 9. Which of the following expressions is equivalent to 1? Okay, so x raised to 1 is just x. Kaya nga, di ba, hindi ko na pinapasulat yung exponent na 1 when there's a 1. So x raised to negative 1 will mean 1 over x. Kasi mababaligtad yung numerator-denominator kapag negative ang exponent. Pero ito yung magiging 1. Kaya 'di ba kapag nag-divide tayo tapos parehas na parehas, ang sabi ko ang isagot nila lang ay 1. Kasi pag nag-minus yung exponent nila, that just goes down to 1. So, that's the reason why we just cancel them. Because multiplication by 1 is going to give us the same number anyway. Unless na-cancel lahat and we put 1. Okay. Basta tandaan, in the law of exponents, whenever you see a zero exponent, that is equal to 1. Okay. Number 10. Simplify the expression 7a squared times 4a to the 5th power. So when we multiply, as I mentioned earlier, we don't only deal with the numbers, we also add the exponents of the same base. So 7 times 4 is 28. So obviously, this is the one with the correct coefficient. As for the letters or the variables, a raised to 7 because we have to add the exponents. So a raised to 7 is what we also have in letter A. So that confirms that letter A is the answer. Number 11, what is the product of the monomial 4x and the binomial 2x plus 4? So when we multiply, we use the distributive property of multiplication. So we multiply 4x and 2x, giving us 8x squared. So A is rejected right away. B, C, and D are the only ones we can select from. Next, 4x times 4 is 16x. So which one has 16x? Okay, so letter C. That's why the letter C is our answer. Number 12. The product of x plus 2 times x plus 5 is x squared plus 7x plus 10. Which of the following is the correct sum of the outer and inner products? Okay, so remember, using the FOIL method, we have the first, outer, inner, last. So the outer inner there is the sum of x times 5 and 2 times x, which is 7x. That's why our answer is letter C. Also, when you look at the trinomial, this is the product of the first terms, this is the sum of the outer and inner terms, and this is the last terms. Not unless we are talking about um, binomials with different degrees, but if they are of the same degrees, we can combine the middle terms. That's why the middle term is the sum of the outer and the inner terms. Okay, now let's have number 13. What is the simplified form of the expression a plus b squared? So this is a special product. When we see the square of a binomial, we just square the first term, that's a squared, and then double the product of the two terms, ab times 2 is 2ab, and then square the last term, that's b squared. So the answer is letter C. But if it's a minus b quantity squared, this is what it boils down to, because multiplying it will give you a negative product times 2 is negative 2ab. Okay, that's just a tip in case in the periodic exam it's the minus that you will see. But in this case, since it's plus, so it should be plus here in the middle. Number 14. What is the product of the expression x plus y times x minus y? Okay, this is another special product. This is the sum, or sorry, the product of sum and difference. So whenever you see something like this, you just square the first term, that's x squared, and then minus. It doesn't change, it's always minus. Minus the square of the second term, which is y squared. So x squared minus y squared is the answer here. Except number 15. The product of the cube of a binomial a minus b cubed is which of the following expressions? Okay, so letter D was distorted, but let's just ignore that for now. Okay, a minus b quantity cubed. So this is a special product given by the cube of the first term. So a cubed. So all of them got that. Then 3a squared, uh, negative 3a squared b. So it has the negative 3a squared b. So this is the only one that follows the next term in the special product. So it's obviously the answer. But just for the sake of continuing, next, eto naman yung e-square natin. Squaring negative b will give us b squared times a is ab squared, then times 3 is 3ab squared. So this is the one that has that. And lastly, we cube the last term. Negative b times negative b times negative b is negative b cubed. So letter C is the answer. So just to give you an idea, if it's a plus b cubed, this is what you should see. All of them are positive. But if it's a minus b cubed, it's alternating positive, negative, positive, negative. But you should not forget how to do it as well. Okay, so you cube the first term, you triple the product of the square of the first term and the second term, and then you triple the product of the square of the second term and the first term, and then you cube the last term. That's what you add for this particular special product. Let's have number 16. Which special product rule should be used to multiply 2x plus 5y and 2x minus 5y? So since they are the same terms being added and being subtracted and being expressed as factors, then this is a product of sum and difference. Letter D. You just have to be familiar with the terms. Since you're multiplying, that's the word product. Since one is being added, that's the sum. And since you're subtracting, that's the minus. That's why that's the answer. Let's have number 17. A cube has a side length of x plus 3. What expression represents its volume? Okay, so again, this is a cube. So when you say cube, all of the edges are equal. So this is given by the formula e cubed. So if this is the side of one face, this means that this is the edge. So x plus 3 cubed will just have to follow the same as what we did in number 15. We just cube the first term, x cubed, and then we triple x squared times 3. X squared times 3 is 3x squared times 3 is 9x squared. Okay? So this is the only one that has that. So obviously, letter D is the answer, but let's continue. And then we triple the product of 3 squared and x. Kanina ito yung square, ngayon ito naman yung square mo. So 3 squared is 9 times x is 9x times 3 because you need to triple it, 27x. Okay, so that's the one. And then you cube 3. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. That's why the answer is letter D. By the way, for Aristotle, since they've already taken this unit test, Sir did a mistake on this one, the one who edited this, and I just corrected it. Right? So sa inyo bonus to kasi wala yung option D doon sa test nyo. The same is true with number 2. Wala tong option A doon sa test nyo, kaya walang tamang sagot doon. So, number 2 and number 17 are bonuses para sa Aristotle. Okay? Let's have number 18. The product of 3y plus 2 times 3y minus 2 is a special product. What is its simplified form? And what special product can be used? Okay, so obviously this is sum and difference, product of sum and difference as well. So letter D is obviously the answer. But just to check if that's correct, square the first term. That should be 9y squared minus square the second term. That's 4. That's it. 9y squared minus 4. And the special product used was product of sum and difference. Okay, so let's move on to number 19. So for number 19, we have a situation. It says here, a local community is building a new garden. A landscape architect is tasked with designing different sections, each with a specific area represented by a polynomial, to determine the dimensions for constructions. She needs to factor these expressions. Number 19. The architect designs a rectangular herb garden with an area of 4x squared plus 20x square meters. What is the greatest common factor for this polynomial? So we should use factoring by common monomial factor here. So in doing that, we just have to look for the GCF of the coefficients. 4 and 20 has 4 as its GCF or as their GCF. And for the variable part, we just have to look for the one with the least exponent. And that's going to be x. So 4x is the answer. Letter D. Number 20. The area of a small decorative path is represented by the expression 4x squared minus 9y squared. Which of the following is the correct factored form for this area? So this is a difference of two squares. So nakita na natin kanina that for us to obtain a difference of two squares, we have to multiply a sum and difference of the roots. So ang root ng 4x squared is 2x. Ang root ng 9y squared is 3y. So, we just have to see 2x plus 3y times 2x minus 3y. Which one has that? Letter D. Okay. So, I mentioned it the other way around, but that's the same. Because multiplying the same values will just give you the same product. So, 2x plus 3y times 2x minus 3y is just the same as saying 2x minus 3y times 2x plus 3y. Okay, let's have number 21. The main vegetable patch has an area of x squared plus 8x plus 16. The architect knows this is a perfect square trinomial. What property of a perfect square trinomial allows her to find the dimensions of this square patch? Okay, so the only time we can obtain a perfect square trinomial is if we square a binomial. Di ba yun yung natutunan nyo sa special products? So, Letter D is the answer. Its factored form is a squared binomial. Let's have number 22. A rectangular flower bed has an area represented by the expression x squared plus 2x minus 15. What are the dimensions of this flower bed in factored form? So for us to factor a general trinomial, we just have to look for the factors of negative 15, which is the last term, that adds up to the coefficient of the middle term. So what are the factors of negative 15? That sums up to 2. So that will be positive 5 and negative 3. Kasi 5 times negative 3 is negative 15, whereas 5 plus negative 3 is 2. So we just have to use these two as addends to x, which is the root of the first term. So x plus 5 times x minus 3 is the answer we are looking for. So x plus 5 times x minus 3 is letter C. Let's have number 23. The architect is considering two different sections for a children's play area. The first has an area of 4x squared minus 12x plus 9, and the second has an area of x squared minus 16. Which factoring technique is most appropriate for the first area and which is most appropriate for the second? So the first one is a perfect square trinomial. So that's the one that we need to apply. So letter B says that. On the other hand, this is a difference of two squares. So that's also what's being mentioned in letter B. So letter B is our answer. Okay, paano mo ba malalaman kung perfect square trinomial? Perfect square, ang first term, perfect square ang last term, at ang middle term is twice the product of their square roots. So, ang square nito is 2x, ang square nito ay 3, 2x times 3 is 6x, times 2 is 12x, regardless kung positive or negative, because we can factor that either way. Basta kailangan lang twice the product of their square roots. Okay, next. Ito naman, nasa pangalan na, difference of two squares. Perfect square, tas naka-minus, that's where we got the name difference. So, that's why letter D is the answer. Kagaya ng lagi kong sinasabi sa inyo, just being familiar with the names of the factoring methods or even the special products will save you a lot. Hindi nyo kailangang masyadong tandaan yung processes kasi nasa pangalan na mismo yung sagot. Let's have number 24. Simplify the expression 2x minus 4 quantity squared. So, this is squaring a binomial. So, we are expecting a perfect square trinomial here. So, we square the first term, that's 2x times 2x is 4x squared. And then we double the product of the two terms. So 2x times negative 4 is negative 8x times 2 is negative 16x. So this one has that 4x squared minus 16x. But to complete the perfect square trinomial, we square the last term. Negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16, which is also what we have here. Therefore, the answer is letter D. Pero i-apply yung mismong ginagawa ko dito sa actual exam kasi iba naman yung given doon. Number 25. When simplifying the expression x plus y plus z quantity squared, what is the total number of terms in the resulting polynomial? Okay, this is squaring a trinomial. So, when we square the trinomial, it takes the form, the square of the first term, plus the square of the second term, plus the square of the third term, plus pairing na tayo. Twice the product of the first and the second, plus twice the product of the first and the third, plus twice the product of the second and the third. Therefore, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms. Okay, so the answer is letter A. Now let's have number 26. Which of the following expressions results in a perfect square trinomial? Again, the only time you can obtain a perfect square trinomial is if you square a binomial. So the answer is obviously letter A. That's the only one where we square a binomial. Number 27. Which special product pattern can be used to expand 2a minus 3 quantity squared? Again, square of a binomial. You're squaring a binomial. Let's have number 28. Daniel used to expand, Daniel needs to expand x plus 2 times x minus 10. He decided to use the special product rule for the difference of two squares. Is this the best approach and why? So first things first, can the special product rule for difference of two squares be applied here? Okay, the answer is yes. Okay, and second question, which one of those saying yes is more logical? Letter A says yes because it is the only method that can be used here, which is a big no. Okay, because you can just use FOIL method and still arrive at the correct answer. Letter D says yes because it is the most efficient and direct method for this specific problem. Yes, letter D is the answer. Okay. Letter D is the answer because although it's the most efficient, we cannot say like what letter A says that it's the only method. We can use a FOIL method. Okay, number 29. A rectangular field has a length of x plus 7 meters and a width of x plus 3 meters. What is the expression for the area of the field in square meters? Okay. So this is multiplying a binomial by a binomial. And in doing so, we use the FOIL method. So just in case you forgot about it already, let me do it for you. X plus 7 times x plus 3. FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, last. So first times the first, we have x squared. Multiplying the outer terms, we have 3x. Multiplying the inner terms, we have 7x. And multiplying the last terms, we have 21. And then we combine like terms. We can only combine 3x and 7x because they are the only ones with the same variable and the same exponents. So 3x plus 7x is 10x. Then the plus 21. So the answer is x squared plus 10x plus 21, which is letter A. Let's have number 30. A student multiplies x plus 2 and x plus 5 and gets the answer x squared plus 7x plus 7. What was their error? So multiplying x and x squared, that checks out. X times 5 is 5x. 2 times x is 2x, and 5x plus 2x is 7x, so the outer and inner terms checks out. 2 times 5 is 10, but this says 7, so the error lies in the multiplication of the last terms. So the answer is letter C. They multiplied the last terms incorrectly. Okay, so that will be all for this review. I hope you will watch this as many times as you need to prepare you for the upcoming test. God bless.